So, good morning to you all. Today, the
Good morning,
topic,
sir.
good morning. The topic which I will be discussing is the profit maximization theory that already I discussed in the last class also. Profit maximization theory. Profit maximization theory I discussed last class also. Today, this will be the repetition of that only. Repetition of that only. And along with this one mathematical problem, I shall be showing you, and few mathematical problem I shall give you. Those mathematical problems I shall give you on Google Classroom that you will solve it. After that, if I find that you are unable or on your request, I may give you the solution of those problems also. So this is, since it's the repetition of this last class profit maximization theory, Therefore, in short, first I shall be discussing profit maximization, and after that mathematical problem I shall discuss slowly. Profit maximization. Maximization. Profit maximization. In profit maximization, what I said, profit is equal to profit. If we denote it profit by pi, say for example, profit is equal to uh, total revenue minus total cost. Total revenue minus total cost. And how total revenue is calculated? Total revenue is calculated here. Total revenue is calculated price into quantity. Say for example, you are a manufacturer, or your firm where you are engaged as the manager, that they are the lipstick is produced, for example, and per unit means per piece of lipstick of say 10 grams or 15 grams of lipstick price is 15 rupees per unit. 15 rupees per unit. So price of one piece of lipstick is 15 rupees, and 100 units of lipsticks are produced in that manufacturing company. So price per unit, price P is here, price per unit, and Q is the number of output produced. Number of output produced in that manufacturer is 100 units, and per unit price is 15 rupees. So altogether 1500 rupees after selling 1500 rupees is earned by that manufacturer. This 1500 rupees is actually the total revenue, means the revenue earned by the manufacturer is rupees 1500. And for example, per unit cost to produce lipstick, say rupees 5 for example, and then 100 units of, so this is per unit cost is maybe denoted by small c or something, whatever, not total cost per unit cost. And since you have produced 100 units of the products, so total cost will be 5 into 100 is equal to 500. So in mathematical problem, this 500 total cost may be given, or per unit cost of producing lipstick may be given. If per unit cost is given, you have to multiply it by a number of units of output produced. So that will give you the picture of total cost. In mathematical problem, you may also get, instead of this figure, you may be given based upon the equations. So equations are given, from there you have to derive. So such type of problem I shall show you one, so that your idea will be clear, and such type of problems come in the examination also. So total revenue we have calculated, total cost we have calculated. Now, if we want to calculate total revenue minus total cost, profit is equal to, since we have said uh, profit is equal to TR minus TC, TR minus TC. So TR is equal to 1500 and TC is equal to 500. So profit is equal to 1000 rupees. So in this way we calculate profit. But our discussion is not to calculate profit. Our topic is the profit maximization. How the manager will maximize profit out of different constraints. So the manager's objective function is to maximization of profit. I said manager always will optimize the objective function. Optimization refers to either maximization or minimization of a function. If the function is objective function is profit function or the revenue function or the sales function, always entrepreneur or the manager will try to maximize sale, try to maximize revenue, try to maximize profit. That is why if the objective function is maximize profit function, sales function or revenue function, then manager will try to maximize the objective function. In that case, maximization refers to optimization refers to maximization of the function. If the objective function of the manager is cost, then always manager will try to minimize cost. In that case, minimization of cost or the minimization of cost function will refer to the optimization of cost function. That is why optimization refers to either maximization or minimization of a function. Now see, to maximize the profit, to know the maximization level of profit, I said there are two conditions. What are those two conditions? The first order condition for maximization of a function. I said there are two conditions. What are those? First order condition requires is equal to 0. So first order condition is equal to 0, and second order conditions requires less than 0 for maximization of a function. If the function is minimization of a function, as per the mathematical minimization function, first order condition is equal to 0 and second order condition will be greater than 0. But since the objective function here is the profit function, and profit function has to be maximized, so as per the maximization conditions of a function is profit FOC is equal to, means first order condition is equal to 0 and the second order condition less than 0. Now those two conditions, condition number 1 and condition number 2, those two conditions will be applied here to maximize the profit function. So our profit function is total revenue minus total cost. So this total revenue minus total cost has to be maximized. For maximization, there are two conditions, as we said. First condition is FOC is equal to 0, and second condition is SOC less than 0. So from here, first order condition is the derivatives or the first order derivative of the objective function. So first order derivative of the objective function, I said first order derivative of the objective function, I said you can write first order condition in this way. First order condition delta pi by delta q.